I don't know why I've got one sock on, by the way. Come on, Will. So Will gets me down. You smell nice. Good aftershave. All right, so as we know, Khamzat Chimaev went out there and absolutely destroyed Dricus Du Plessis. He landed over 500 strikes, which is just insane. But what was even more insane is that the significant strikes were extremely low. Now, yes, Khamzat went out there, he dominated. He kind of embarrassed Dricus Du Plessis. And I don't say that lightly. I'm not trying to be mean to Dricus Du Plessis. I think the man is an incredible champion. But what Khamzat did was go out there and embarrass him, simple as that. But he only landed a very small percentage of significant strikes. I would have liked to have seen him take more chances, posture up a little bit, drop some elbows, trying to finish the fight. Now, yes, he was trying to finish via submission. Of course, he went for rear naked chokes. But if he was able to soften him up with elbows, if he postured up and landed some big shots, he would have wobbled him. He would have been dazed and confused. And then he would have been able to get the submission. So Khamzat, yeah, great, excellent stuff, but he needs to take more chances, I think, in my humble opinion. Now, that said, I mean, it was a 5-star performance. The man looked absolutely ridiculous. Hardly got struck. I mean, Dricus Du Plessis landed no shots. Stopped, no takedowns, really. I think it was maybe 1 or 2 takedowns that he did stop, but he was taken down within seconds at the start of every single round. So he's got to work on that. It's as simple as that. Dricus has got to go away. He's got to work on his takedown defense. He's got to work on his ability to get back to the feet. And he's got to work on how to escape a crucifix, obviously. There is ways to escape a crucifix, and I'm here at the Bangtao Gym, and we just did a little bit of a podcast with the owners and stuff like that, and we were talking about that. There is set ways to escape the crucifix position. If you think about this, when you're in the crucifix, your arms are like this, you're in a crucifix, what's available to you? It's your legs. The legs are the only weapons that you have available. So you got to use your legs in a certain way to hook your opponent's legs, and you can actually reverse them. However, it's all well and good me sitting here and saying that hindsight's 20/20 and all that type of shit. Listen, Dricus is going to learn from it, simple as that. But regardless, Khamzat Chimaev looked incredible. Now, some people might not have liked that performance. Those people should watch boxing. Those people should watch kickboxing, because the reality is that this is mixed martial arts. Throughout the entirety of my career, I had to fight a lot of wrestlers. I hated fighting wrestlers. I absolutely hated it. I wanted to stand there, I wanted to trade, I wanted to throw knees, elbows, punches, kicks. But you gotta fight wrestlers, and you gotta have the ability to be able to stop the takedown and fight the fight you wanna fight. You can't blame Khamzat Chimaev for going out there and taking someone down like that. Yes, some people might claim that it was a little bit boring. The man had like 21 minutes of control time in a 25-minute fight, which is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous that he did that. So we know the dominance, the strength, the technique that he has, but just give a little bit more excitement. That's what I would like to see. But all these other fans that are bitching and complaining, saying this is ruining the sport, this has always been the sport. This has always been the sport. When the sport started, it was Royce Gracie that was submitting people on the ground off his back. Wasn't going out there and smashing people. And then when you look through the history of the UFC, we've had nothing but great grapplers. I mean, some of the biggest stars, Khabib Nurmagomedov, Islam Makhachev. I mean, currently we've got the bantamweight champion, Merab Dvalishvili. He's a wrestler as well. We've got, George St. Pierre was one of the biggest stars as well. What did he do? Yes, he was very well-rounded. He used his karate, he used his jiu-jitsu, but he also used a lot of wrestling. He's one of the main wrestlers that I'm talking about when I say I hated training for wrestlers. George St. Pierre was one of the main ones that I was talking about. I did so much takedown defense for George St. Pierre. I hated it. And then in the end, it dropped me with a left hook because I was blind in that eye. The absolute bastard. But anyway, this is what I'm saying. All these people hating on it, it's mixed martial arts. And it's down to the fighters like Dricus or anyone else that can't stop the takedown. It's their downfall. And that sounds like I'm being critical to Dricus. I'm not being critical to Dricus. I'm being critical to anyone that gets frustrated because they can't fight on the feet. And then obviously when you look at the division going forward, you've got to think Khamzat Chimaev, of course, is by far the best wrestler in all of the division. I said it on the video initially on the reaction. We've never really had that kind of wrestler in the middleweight division. And I don't think we've ever seen a dominant wrestler like Khamzat Chimaev in the middleweight division. Yes, we had Chris Weidman, who of course was the champion, defended it I think 3 times, but outside of Chris, it's been mainly strikers in the middleweight division. But Khamzat Chimaev, I don't know if anyone can beat this guy. Yes, when you look at him on the feet, he does have some openings, because Dricus in the 5th round landed a few shots. All this narrative that he gets tired, well, he didn't get tired there. People were complaining, by the way, that he came in 2 pounds lighter, right? That means he had an easier weight cut. You shouldn't be cutting 15, 20 pounds. If he can cut a little bit and be a little bit under, that's actually beneficial. So he's strong as hell. He's got the wrestling. He's got the gas tank. We've seen him knock people out with 1 shot. He's got the power. Yes, there is grapplers out there like Reinier de Ridder. And yeah, there's Hernandez. Fluffy looked absolutely phenomenal when he went out there and beat the lids there. I mean, beat the brakes off him from absolute start to finish. I'd like to see that fight. I'd like to see that one, but who are the top guys right now? I mean, obviously, Strickland's talking shit. Strickland's saying, I got to win some fights. Here's the thing, guys. I got to win some fights, and then I'm going to come back and beat this guy. That's, no offense, that's ridiculous, okay?
This is #1 bullshit.
We all saw the videos where Khamzat Chimaev apparently submitted him time after time after time. Khamzat Chimaev doesn't even give it much credence, you know, because he was there, he did it, he wrestled with him.
He didn't like when I said I tap him out, you know. So,
did you tap him out?
Yeah, many times, bro. So.
What did you get him with?
Chokes, different things, you know. But he's good, his strength good.
Strickland picked Dricus to win the fight. I picked Dricus to win the fight as well, but of course he picked Dricus because Dricus beat him. Okay, that's just kind of the way it goes, the psychology of a fighter. If you beat them, you always want them to win. And if they beat you, well, guess what? They must be good. They can beat everyone because they beat me. That's just the kind of the way it goes. So yeah, I mean, who is there at middleweight? I mean, there's Reinier de Ridder, I think, with the jiu-jitsu might pose a problem. I don't think Strickland would be the guy. Israel Adesanya, with respect, legendary career. He's probably on the way out now. Nassourdine Imavov, the man can wrestle, but he's tall and he's long and he's kind of skinny. I don't think he'd be the guy to stop the takedowns, to stop the wrestling. So the point, what I'm saying is that Khamzat Chimaev, yeah, might not have got the finish, might not have thrilled people that tuned in to watch a boxing fight, might not have thrilled people that wanted blood and guts and a devastating finish, but holy shit, if you know mixed martial arts, if you know what you're watching, anyone that knows that, and by the way, the middleweight division as well, they're all looking at that going, shit, we got a problem, guys. All right, listen, speaking of problems, I've got one as well. I've got to get to China, okay? My car's waiting for me outside. They're packing up around me, but I thought I'd do a quick video for you. But I do have to get to the airport. Rebecca's gone, Callum's gone, Ellie's gone, Lucas's is gone. I'm still here at Bang Tao. All right, look, listen, real quick. If you want to escape a crucifix, we got a person here. Okay, Will, come over here. He's going to put me in a crucifix. I'm going to show you how to get out. It's very, very easy. Again, not talking shit. I'll go down. I don't know why I've got 1 sock on, by the way. Come on, Will. So Will gets me down. You smell nice. Good aftershave. Pin the arm. Crucifix nearly done. There. Use the other hand here. All right, Jesus Christ, the shoulder pressure. Relax on the shoulder pressure, bro. Okay. So this arm is trapped. If it was a better crucifix, no offense, Will. This other arm down here is trapped. So everything's trapped. What is available? These. And we saw Dricus trying to bury his head and do this. And I get that, I understand that. But what you want to do is escape. So the legs here, they are free. So turn your hips. This leg comes over here and hooks this leg. Once I've hooked this, okay, then I just come this way and you roll him over. And you are then 100% on top. Now, obviously it depends what the opponent's doing with their leg. It could be out straight, it could be hooked, but that's what you've got to do. You've got to keep turning your hips over to the side, trying to hook the leg. And once you hook the leg a little bit, you can either reverse them the way that I did, or even if you don't reverse them, you're able to pull your arms out and escape the crucifix. Right, so there it is, the Bisping special at Bang Tao is done. It's in the book, it's in the bag. I got to get off to the airport, but before I do, I got to say a special mention to Will, to the Hickman brothers, George and Frankie baby almost said something else. And Alex, of course, and everyone here, everyone that attended the seminar, thank you very, very much. What they're doing here at Bangtao is just phenomenal. You probably know John Jones, Anderson Silva, George St. Pierre, myself, and many, many others. Some of the best fighters in the world come through here. Alexander Volkanovski, Khamzat Chimaev, you name it, they come down here. Zhang Wei Li, Zhang Ming Yang, they're all in here. They're all training at Bangtao, and it's been an absolute pleasure and an honor to be here. But I gotta go. All good things must come to an end. I've got to go to the airport. I've got to fly to China. I've got to get back to my day job. But one more time, thank you, Bangtao. Bye-bye.